Right, buddy, welcome back to your latest Manchester United news. We'll be talking the latest on Bruno Fernandes and the potential new deal for him. There's an update on the left back. We've got some news on the goalkeeper situation and some other things which we will talk about. So let's get into it. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And let's start off by talking about the Bruno Fernandes situation. So the reports are suggesting from various reports that Manchester United will be doing everything they can to keep Bruno Fernandes at Manchester United beyond the summer and beyond the World Cup. Now, Bruno Fernandes will assess his situation after the World Cup. He's got a contract until 2027 at the club, but United believe they will have to give him a new contract to secure his future at the club. Listen, there's nothing more that I can say about Bruno. Just give him the contract, give him whatever terms he wants. He's an elite level, world class footballer, definitely up there for Premier League Player of the Season, in my opinion. The quality is ridiculous. The tenacity, just everything that he offers to United is ridiculous. He's been the best player for me in the league this season. I know if Arsenal go on to win the Premier League, you probably have Gabriel, Raya, potentially Declan Rice nominated. But if you look at Bruno and his impact on this United team, no player has more assists than him. The only person that's close is Turkey, and he has 8, which is half of what Fernandes has. 23 goal contributions, and for a large part of it, he was playing in the number 6. In terms of giving him a new contract, I'd be all over that. We even have Arsenal's greatest ever player giving Bruno Fernandes praise. Like, this season has been fantastic, but it's not this season. Every season he's been at the club, his standards have remained the highest. And I think the performances, the quality that he has, his leadership, his impact on the team, it would just be ridiculous if United sold him, and it'd be so difficult to replace. I think he's still got more left in the tank. His availability is outrageous. He's someone who would probably warrant that 400k contract, and I would be all over doing that. As I said, I think we do definitely need to bring in, potentially next 1 or 2 seasons, a replacement, whether that is Rodgers or someone else. But for now, Bruno can't go anywhere. We have to keep him at the club. He's too important for the team, and we've seen at times this season there's not many players. I don't think there's any player really in the squad that can fill, or in world football that can fill the void at the moment that Bruno Fernandes is having on this United team. If you look at some of his stats, 98 chances created this season. The second place, Declan Rice, and they were all from open play, I believe. 23 goal contributions, 16 assists. He needs 5 to break the record in 8 games. That this season will go down. It's probably, as an individual, his best season at the club if it continues to go on like this. Now, obviously, it's a shame that we're probably going to have, or we are going to have, no trophy to show for it. Hopefully next season we get in the Champions League and we all seen the Bruno Fernandes that we know. So yeah, new contract for Bruno is potentially coming. Now, left back situation. Manchester United have reportedly been linked with a few left backs. They believe that they need to bring one in. Dorgu's obviously transitioned to a left winger, and they are concerned of Luke Shaw's kind of availability and fitness if United are to go into Europe. And I think that's correct. I think in terms of some ambitions, obviously midfield is something that we need to strengthen, potentially a centre back, depending on how Martinez and De Ligt kind of move, and how they recover and their injury concerns. Left back, because Shaw is our only real proper left back at the moment, and we just need depth in that place. I think we need to replace Luke Shaw, but you also need some sort of cover for him. So yeah, I mean, left backs in the Premier League or in world football in general. So you have, obviously, I think it's too young for someone like a Diego Leon or Harry Amas. I don't think they're quite ready for it yet. You have Malik Diouf, who still kind of comes under the similar category of Dorgu. He's relatively inexperienced, had 1 season in the Premier League where he's looked alright. You have Lewis Hall, who, again, for me, has been the best left back in the league this season, up there with Nico O'Reilly at times when he's played there. I think Lewis Hall would be the one for me. Obviously, it's going to be very difficult to get him out of Newcastle, especially if they get Champions League or however far they do. Go into that, and apparently he's a boyhood Newcastle fan, so getting him to leave there will be difficult. Someone who I do like as well, Adrian Truffet from Bournemouth. Again, he's just replaced Clerquez. He's 24. I think he's a decent footballer, don't get me wrong. Another one that I like is obviously Nuno Mendes, but that's probably not gonna happen. Why would you leave PSG to come to United? In terms of other left backs out there, I mean, Anthony Robertson's name, someone that always gets mentioned. Again, I do have concerns about his injuries. But I do think he's a very, very good left back. I mean, we will have to wait and see, but left back is definitely a priority. In terms of me giving my ideal choice, I think Lewis Hall would probably be the preference. I think Malik Diouf is certainly an interesting option to have. I think he's got a lot of quality potential about him. I think coming to United, I don't know if he's quite ready for that move yet. But again, it'd be a decent move if West Ham was to go down and you take advantage of that. Now, on the goalkeeper situation, this is what's been reported. Manchester United could sell up to 4 goalkeepers this summer with Bayindir, Onana, Dermot Mee and Tom Heaton potentially leaving the club. Now United are potentially looking at replacements, and believe someone like Vitek can be someone to come through. Listen, on the goalkeeper situation, I think it's time for Onana to go. It's time for Bayindir to go. Dermot Mee, listen, I've met him. I think, listen, he's a great guy. We haven't seen him in the first team, and he hasn't had an opportunity. Is he ready? I think he's someone who is just at the moment at United just to keep numbers, and I think if he's someone who you'd sell, I think he would go on to be a top level keeper. We haven't seen enough of him to know, but I think right now it's all about getting him out on loan and getting him playing football really. I think that's something that would be good for his development and his future, to be fair. He's still only young, 23, he's, as I said, great guy. So yeah, I'd certainly look at doing that. Now in terms of other keepers, Binder's got to go, whether that's, I think United have to sell him around £19 million, 18.88 million for PSR, and to not record a financial loss. I think you could probably get that for Onana, but that's probably all you're going to get. I think Le Mans, he's the keeper. Onana go, Bayindir go. Heaton, listen, I think he'd be someone who's good to have around. I know apparently he's going to retire, but I think he's someone who, again, Le Mans talked about his relationship with him. I watched the Ben Foster podcast where he talked about how he has a lot of banter and he's helped him settle in. I think he's someone who's integral to have. He's part of the leadership team, and we know he's just there if you occasionally, very rarely need him. He's going to be someone that can step up and he can do a good job. So on the goalkeeper situation, as I said, get rid of Onana, get rid of Bayindir, Dermot Mee, send him on loan. Potentially Vitek, I mean, he's a young option. I think he's 22. He believes, and United believe, there's proper first team potential there, but I don't think, I mean, what you need is Sergio Romero. I mean, he retired, I think, today or a couple of days ago. What a servant to the club he was. But yeah, I'll certainly look at bringing in a keeper, just a backup one really, potentially promote someone from the academy, but Le Mans is the guy going forward. Now United stepped up their interest in João Gomez. As I said, I think João Gomez is a good player, good option for the midfield. There's not really been too much update on Elliot Anderson. Obviously there's talks about Casemiro potentially staying. I don't think anything will kind of materialise from that. I think it's just an emotional decision. His wages are a problem, and he'd be someone who, yeah, I think will leave. He's been offered to clubs like Milan, and Juventus. So in terms of João Gomez, as I said, I think he's a decent option. He's got quality, he's got potential, he is young. I think he's at the right sort of age profile, and he could come under another one of those cheap options. So yeah, we will have to wait and see what happens there with that. I think Fernandes as well, Mateus Fernandes from West Ham could be an option potentially. As I said, João Gomez, these sorts of young players, Andre Santos. So there are options out there. But we will have to wait and see. Now on Baleba, Brighton and Hove Albion could lower Baleba's fee to around 70 mil, giving United hope of signing the midfield target. Listen, if Baleba is to leave Brighton, he will join United. I think that's the club that's set on and he wants to join. I don't see a reason why he wouldn't join. Just the price, that's going to be expensive. So we will have to wait and see. 70 million I think is a bit ridiculous, but that has been your latest news.